So this is my review for Avengers Infinity War, and I'm just gonna do a spoiler review, and this review is gonna include spoilers. And I will recommend anyone who hasn't watched uh, the any of the movies before, or just a few of them. I would actually recommend you that you watch at least as many as you can before going into this movie, because is a lot of character information and background stories that give the characters more depth than this movie is gonna do. And it's 10 years of movies. There are 18 movies, and they explain all of the characters, and they don't really explain that much in this movie. They expect you to know these characters and continue the story forward. So I would recommend watching the other movies before, because it's a culmination of the entire cinematic universe they have built up to this point. So let's go into this movie again. Last warning of the spoilers. So Thanos is it's basically his movie. He has trials, and in his movie where you see how he gets all of the Infinity Gems. The biggest part of this movie with him when it comes to uh, his uh, his character depth and development is with his relationship he has with Gamora. We found out that they actually care quite a lot for another, even though we've seen two Guardians of the Galaxy movies where Gamora has basically just sworn to kill him, and we find out that she actually cares for him quite a lot, because there are some flashbacks, and she actually kills him, or she thinks she kills him when they go and try to get one of the stones from the collector, and because Thor gave it to the collector, and the problem is that he used the reality stone that he got from the collector and tricked her, and Thanos finds out that she cares for him quite a lot, and basically takes kidnaps her. And because so far we don't really know a lot of his of Thanos's motivations or his character, and I know there are comic book fans that actually know his character and what he is. And the Russo brothers actually displayed his character in a very good way, and they portrayed it really well. The way he gets the Soul Stone in this movie is to kill Gamora, is to make a sacrifice. He has to make the ultimate sacrifice by killing someone he loves. And in this scene, we get to see the Red Skull as a cameo, because he has been basically AWOL since the first Captain America movie. And the reason Thanos is killing everyone is he explains it in kind of a flashback scene with some supposition and explanation, is because it's overpopulation. He wants to save basically the universe. He wanted to save everyone on Titan from where he's from, but uh, it failed, and he just wants to save everyone by killing half of everyone, because there are limited amount of resources and planets and things like that, and wants to save everyone who actually survives this. And he does it indiscriminately. He doesn't give anyone special treatment. He just kills half of all the people across the board. The Avengers are basically surprised by all of this, because they get uh, caught by surprise, and it's basically split into, we have Thor, who is attacked in space, and as you saw in some of the clips that were released and also the trailers, that he meets up with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and you have the space part, and you have the this part that's on the Earth. And the biggest development of the characters we know so far happened. I think personally that it happened to Doctor Strange and to Thor. Vision and Scarlet Witch also had some development compared to what we've seen in since Age of Ultron. Otherwise, the other characters pretty much stay the same. Doctor Strange showed his powers without all the explanation, because he developed his skills, and they were vastly superior to what they were in his origin movie called Doctor Strange. You get to see his powers combined with Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Guardian of the Galaxy's Drax, Mantis, and Star-Lord. So that's pretty cool how they did that. You also get to see how Doctor Strange uses the Time Stone and sees all the possibilities of where the Avengers win, and he knows there's only one way they can win, and that's basically to give Thanos the time gem, and he knew it, even if it meant killing half of the universe. Thor, who breaks off with Groot and Rocket to make the weapon to kill Thanos, because we get to see the movie basically starts out with you see Thor getting attacked, his ship, with Hulk, Loki, the Valkyrie, and also himself, of course. And so and he goes to get the weapon from the giant dwarf, where we get to see Peter Dinklage, which is kind of cool. Personally, I think Thor got to shine the most in this movie. Had the most character development by any character. And after Loki got killed along with half of the people from Asgard, he actually realized what he had to do, and gets basically the God Killer and gets a new weapon. And that's where things really take off and get really good. I think the action scenes with Thor in general really stole this movie, in my opinion. The children of Thanos, have to say they were really well done regarding to the CGI. The CGI was really, really well done. It's probably the best CGI I've ever seen with in a movie when they have made specific characters, because their facial animations were really good. There were some really cool fights with them in this movie. Hulk not being a big part of the movie is kind of disappointing, but I also see why, because he's probably gonna be a huge part of the sequel. That's probably why some characters appeared weak or weren't as big a part of the movie, like Ant-Man or Hawkeye. They didn't appear at all in the movie because they were under house arrest, so to speak, which was mentioned in the movie. Vision had a great part, but he appeared, as I said, he was one of the characters who appeared weak. He got stabbed in the beginning of the movie, making him basically vulnerable for the entirety of the movie. Scarlet Witch losing her accent was also kind of strange. There wasn't really any real explanation of why. It's just a minor thing. The Russo brothers have come out and explained it, but it should have been like a line in the movie, just explaining it. So it's just a minor detail. and she actually showed her power, how strong she actually is by destroying one of the Infinity Gemstones, and which was in Vision's head, and also held off Thanos while doing this, who had actually five of the Infinity Stones. So she's really powerful and actually got to show it off in the ending of the movie. And the ending really makes things interesting for the sequel. And this is how you make a middle of a, well, it's basically a quadrilogy now, but you set things up, and you have something to look forward to, some threads that are left unanswered. Not like they did with The Last Jedi. That's not how you do it. You do it like they did with in this movie, in Infinity War. Kevin Feige, he really knows what he's doing. Just have to give props to him. Also, the directors. Because half of the Avengers basically dying makes it very interesting as a concept. Winter Soldier, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Groot, Falcon, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Drax, Mantis, and Loki are all dead. And they can. I'm willing to see how they actually solve this, and is there anyone who's gonna come back for the next one, or yeah, it's actually very interesting because there are some questions that are left unanswered. When Thanos snaps his fingers, which makes half of the universe basically die, it shows good direction of the scene and movie, because of the whole tone of the entire movie has built up to this. And with half of the Avengers, that this actually makes the first MC movie with large stakes and consequences. I think you had a little bit of that in Age of Ultron, but there weren't really big stakes in the cinematic universe up to until this point, in my opinion. Of course, there were some minor consequences. Probably, like, you also have to mention Civil War, because it basically broke up the Avengers. But this one has the biggest consequences and stakes in any of the MCU movies. And this is probably the best, or if not one of the best MCU movies, or if not superhero movies. I still think Dark Knight and Man of Steel just a little bit ahead of this movie, but man, the Russo brothers who directed this, they knocked it out of the park, and the movie actually sets things up, and I just have to applaud everyone who worked on this movie, because this is it has character development. It's not just non-stop action. It's really well done. So that's basically my take on this movie. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.